Part 4. The new female character. Point goes to Sonic Boom. Yes, Styx has her annoying conspiracy theories and she looks a bit like Marine the Raccoon, but she has one huge advantage over Princess Elise. She isn't human. Clement touched on this in his Sonic 06 review, saying stuff like, yes, I object to the fact that she's human. Sonic's head is bigger than her body. It's the worst thing. I could not agree more. You could go on and on about how she's annoying, both in art style and actions, and how she makes Sonic look like an idiot, and you're right, but all this would not have been as bad if she wasn't human. You see, there are many situations that she was involved in that would not go well for her if the game was really trying to be realistic. As you may have guessed, when you saw the opening cutscene, Elise is the princess of Soliana. Soliana is the boring place where Sonic and friends are spending most of their time in the game, somehow. Anyway, Dr. Eggman wants her because she has Iblis, aka the Flames of Disaster, inside of her, and Eggman wants to use it to take over the world. The red-eyed hedgehog-like being in this game, Mephiles, wants Elise because if he kills her, then Iblis will be free, and then he can merge with it and become Solaris again. And Iblis itself wants to get out of Elise so it can become a giant lava lizard and destroy the world. And Sonic, Shadow, and Silver are all after her so that none of that happens. Needless to say, Elise is very important to the story of Sonic 06, and that is one of the two reasons why she should not have been human. You see, because all the bad guys want her, all the good guys have to good guys have to do what they can to help her stay away from them. The other two hedgehogs fight things to keep her safe, but Sonic actually has to carry her around. And right from the beginning, you will see why this is a problem. Early on, Sonic is shown to be a creature who is super strong, vast, and super strong. He can run faster than most vehicles, and he can clear several dozen feet in a single bound. This may help them get out of trouble, but it's not good for a person who is realistically human. In Sonic 06, Sonic actually carries Princess Elise while he's running through some levels. He has to jump and slide around and even slam into enemies. All those quick movements could really hurt Elise. She could get whiplash. And it gets worse from there. There's a cutscene where she decides to fall off Eggman's Eggmobile to get away from him after he kidnaps her again. She falls to the ground and Sonic saves her before she hits it, but she can still get hurt. Programs like that show realistic physics, like Mythbusters, show us that when a person is falling fast enough, if they hit another person on the way down, that can hurt both people involved. Seeing as Sonic is awesome, like I said, he'll be fine, but Elise is human. Falling from a great enough height could kill her. It's called terminal velocity, and even if she wasn't falling from that high, she could still get hurt. Sonic is either hard enough to smash steel or has an energy field around him that is. So when a human falls on something that hard, even at a safe height, it will hurt, especially if you fall on your back, which she does. And even if she did not get hurt when she fell into Sonic's arms, she could have got killed at the end of the Sonic story. After Sonic saves her from dying while avoiding Eggman's egg carrier, he runs and jumps through the debris of the thing as it falls out of the sky. While carrying Elise, this could cause whiplash, like I said. And then he tries to jump over the side of a cliff, but doesn't make it. But before they fall to their deaths, a piece of the ship hits the cliff below them, and the resulting explosion is enough to send them over the side. Then you see Sonic flop around on the ground and come to a stop, and that's okay because he's Sonic. But then you see Elise do the same. That's not okay. Remember what I talked about when I talked about Mythbusters? Well, they have a dummy they use named Buster, and to make him more human, they give him unbreakable bones made of plastic things called plastic and things called shock watch stickers. These things have a liquid in them that will only come out if it gets hit hard enough to hurt or kill a person. So when I saw Elise flop around there before coming to a stop, I thought that could hurt her, that could kill her, and so on. And if she survived, realistically, she would not have just sat up and laughed about it with Sonic. She would have been more like Iron Man at the end of the first Avengers movie. Basically paralyzed. And then the creepy love stuff starts up again and plays through the end credits. Sonic Team even takes the song that plays at the end of Sonic 2 and has it... and has a girl sing a sappy love song over it. OMG, was that Elise? Ew. Even though Styx is just a side character who introduces herself by basically saying, hey, person who's playing the game, find these items and levels and bring them to me, and I will give you the items you want. Yeah. They give you the items you want. But it's still better than this. When I first saw this cutscene, I said, wait, who are you? and that's the only. And then you only see her a few times after that. Fixing. And you only see her a few times after that. There's a scene at the end where she walks by and grabs a robot leg from Tails and then thanks him for the spatula, and that's about it. She was playable in the Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, the better received Sonic Boom game, but this is a comparison of Sonic of '06 and Rise of Lyric. And as it stands, even if Styx was human, she was just some silly person who hangs out on the sidelines as one of the many people you don't want to die because of Lyric's stupid plan. At least it's so important to the story and so important to Sonic that at making her human messed it all up. She really should have been a hedgehog. Then instead of this weird human girl falling for a cartoon hedgehog who was falling for her, it would be Sonic liked this girl more than Amy. Sorry, Amy. Hashtag Shad Amy forever. And that is not even getting into how Iblis was put into her and what can make it come out and destroy the world. Her dad used the Chaos Emerald to wish it into her because Solion and royalty can hold it inside of them as long as they aren't dying, which makes some sense mythologically. But she also can't cry, and that, like her being human, ruins it. She would have cried before the game took place, and eventually she does cry, as when Sonic is killed by Mephiles, and yet a similar scene happened way earlier. In Eggman's ice base, Eggman has Elise watch as he uses a machine of his to send Sonic and his friends forward through time. He even tells her that he did that, but she could think he's lying. He is the bad guy after all, so she could have thought Sonic was dead then and cried. Iblis would then come out of her into the soon-to-be former ice base and start sending lava everywhere. And that is if she didn't cry when she found out that her dad died while experimenting on the Solaris lamp, or at his funeral, or at the thought of being an orphan because her mom died earlier. This is why Sonic Boom wins this round. Styx may be annoying and wasn't used well, but Elise was even more annoying than that. And this happened too. Thanks, guys. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt, and stay tuned for part 5.